Hello and welcome to Naptime Liturgy. In this series, Short and Sacred, we're walking through all 150 Psalms one by one. The intent is not a deep dive or a study, but just a pure reading of the poetry and a few of my honest reflections. My hope is for a space for us to find a little rest in the middle of our days. Today we are resting with Psalm 15. Let's read. O Lord, who shall sojourn in your tent? Who shall dwell on your holy hill? He who walks blamelessly and does what is right, and speaks truth in his heart, who does not slander with his tongue, and does no evil to his neighbor, nor takes up a reproach against his friend, in whose eyes a vile person is despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord, who swears to his own hurt and does not change, who does not put out his money at interest, and does not take a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things shall never be moved. This is the word of the Lord. This one is really short, especially compared to, I know, some of the longer Psalms. And it starts with this innocent enough question, who shall sojourn in your tent? Who can be in your presence? Who can dwell with you, Lord? It reminds me of, in the New Testament, I'm trying to remember, the man asked Jesus, like, what do you need for me to do? I think this question is so common and also so complex in this idea of what can I do to be saved? How do I know that I'm saved? Or how can I be with you, God? And this gives a list, a grocery list of everything, and it seems almost impossible. Walks blamelessly and does what is right. You know, you might be able to say, like, okay, I do that. Speaks truth. Maybe, does no evil to others, it's all these things. And as you read them, you start feeling like, oh, I'm not the person. But I think in a lot of ways, that's kind of the point. As you read this, there's this realization of, I can't do that. That feels impossible for me. I fall short in all of these ways. And then it points to, okay, we are in the need of a Savior. And then if you want to add Jesus into this, Jesus walks blamelessly and does what is right. Jesus speaks truth in his heart. Jesus honors those who fear the Lord. All of these things point to Jesus as someone who has earned the ability to dwell with the Lord, to sojourn in his tent. And what he's offering to us is to take his righteousness and clothe us in it, to take up his yoke and to walk with him, so that our justification for being able to come into the house of God is not based on our own merit or our own ability to keep up with this list here. But it's because Jesus did that I can say, yeah, I fall short, but I'm not claiming that I did. I'm claiming Jesus, and Jesus did. And so what a beautiful comfort, as it's pointing back to our need for a Savior. And I think the temptation for some might be to despair. For me, I don't necessarily get that feeling. I think we all have different pitfalls. For me, the guilt and shame of sin just was never like an emphasis that like weighed heavily on me. Of course, we all have different things that impact us differently, but reading this, it actually just feels like such a comfort of knowing that I can trust in Jesus to have fulfilled this on my behalf. I think the part that is standing out to me the most, he who does these things shall never be moved. And that's just kind of, for me, it's emphasizing Jesus's place, his position as king shall never be moved because he does these things for us. I know that I can have trust on clinging to that sure and steady rock is such a safe place to be. As we read Psalm 15 today, was there any verse or word or phrase that felt like it was written just for you in this moment? Feel free to share it in the comments below so that we can meditate on it together. Thank you for joining me for the short and sacred reading, and I will meet you back here for the next psalm. Grace and peace.